Good morning, you fabulous sons of bitches. You're in luck. Today, we are going to start the big bore project on the Holz Pharma G466. Here you go. Been a good saw. Runs good. Runs decent. One of the things I highly recommend when you start with one of these is immediately replace the spark plug. Get at least 2 tanks of fuel through it and then tune the carburetor. I opened up my muffler just to see what was in there, and it's full of oil because it's running rich as hell. Anyways, stay tuned, and we will do this thing. The thing you're going to want to do before you start your project is find your favorite adult beverage. Oh yeah, that's a sound, isn't it? That's America right there. Well, I worked all day, so I'm 11 hours, so I'm going to have a beer while I tear this apart. You guys watch this. Now, I don't usually use power tools on chainsaws, but I will disassemble with them. And did you hear it? That's why I don't use them. Did you hear it? Yep, the noise of a bolt head stripping quietly in the forest. Does anybody really hear it? I think they do. If you're still watching, you're a glutton for punishment, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Give it a firm bash to get it off there. Put it over here for later. For later. We're going to need access to this flywheel anyways, so this can come off. Kind of cool. They don't use the special grommet washer thingy that a Husqvarna does. It goes through the safety bar. Don't forget when you put this thing back together to use Loctite. It is the answer to your problems. Now we gotta wonder how we're gonna adapt to that with our degree wheel, because I don't know. One of the things I like to do when I do this kind of stuff is I put the fasteners, if I can, into the component that they came with. So now over to the other side. Oh man. I'd really like it if somebody made some magnetic bits for these. That'd be super cool. Hello, people of TikTok. We are back at the bench here with the Holz Pharma G466, and I've got it torn down completely to pieces. Okay, so I timed this thing, and I'm not sure I did it right because I've never done that before. I ran the shit out of chainsaws back in the day, but when they broke, I always had 4 or 5 of them. I just took one to the shop. Now that I'm an old man, the kids are raised, and really don't have much to do with my time, I have time to play with this. And so after watching videos from guys like Dino Joe and Iron Horse and the Tin Man, I decided, what the hell, I'm going to rip this thing apart. Besides, I got the first annual saw races at my pig roast this year. Boy, if you got an old junky saw and you want a chance to buy or win a jug of hooch, better come to the saw races. Message me to find out how to get here. Anyways, interestingly enough, when I timed this saw, these are the numbers I came up with and without the base gasket. Here you go. So, with gasket, exhaust 92, transfer 112, intake 72, all right? But then I pulled the gasket, torqued the head back down, and I got exhaust 100, intake 77, and transfer 120. Now, the way I understand it, that gives me 20 degrees of blowdown. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. But there's more to come on this. Just wait. There's some pretty amazing things that I discovered. I ordered a big bore kit to put in this saw. And I got two different ones. I got a highway and I got an attafoil kit. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you those kits and the interesting part about those. Okay, the interesting part. You can see the transfers here. You can see the transfers here. This is the Farmer Tech cylinder that came on this saw stock. See how that upper transfer has a bit of a teardrop towards the intake side? See how it kind of teardrops? It's really hard to show you. The highway cylinder does not have this feature. However, on the highway cylinder, on the lower transfer, there's a bit of a teardrop towards the exhaust side that isn't on the highway cylinder. I think if you stuck both these together, you might have something. And you can see the slag down inside this cylinder, I think. I don't know. Inside the transfer there, right? You can see that there's like chunks, right? The highway is a lot smoother. But there's more. But wait, there's more. Let's look at the stock intakes. Mind you, neither one of these has been touched. Now, do you see anything the matter with that right there? It is not symmetrical. I don't know if that's on purpose. Somebody could chime in and tell me. I don't know. This one is bigger and much more symmetrical. Okay? This one also has a lot more trash on the roof of it. This one, pretty smooth. I'm still going to polish it, but yeah, pretty smooth. But now let's really throw something into the mix. Now we're going to add the attafoil into this thing. Okay, that's this cylinder here. This is the attafoil. It has a really more decent look. No, it's out around as well. It's not symmetrical. You can see it right here in this corner. It's not symmetrical. Much like the highway kit here. It's not symmetrical, but in the other direction over here. Maybe they know that we're going to grind on these when we get them. Okay, compared to the Farmer Tech cylinder here, which aside from all this mill scale trash inside of it, actually looks decent. So then we flip them over, okay? We already looked at the transfers in the last video or this video. I'm not sure how this is going to get edited because I'm a hillbilly. Okay, there's your exhaust. This Farmer Tech exhaust is bigger than this highway exhaust. The area. I measured them both with my calipers. There is a not inconsiderable difference. And now let's look at attafoil. Not only is it bigger, it's cleaner. Somewhat. Still needs polished. Okay? And now we're going to look at those transfers in the attafoil versus the transfers in the highway. If I can get these to stand up straight. Okay, can you see that? That transfer there? Get them both pointed the same way. These transfers are bigger. All right, in here. They are bigger than those transfers. They're taller. See how tall that is? Versus that. But these do have that little, I don't know, wing, lung, teardrop right there. Attafoil does not have that. Does not have it. Unless it's got two of them. Here's your lower transfer. Nope, that's your intake. Duh. Okay, here's your upper transfer. You can see that okay? And then there. It does have a little bit of a swoop. Not much. Back to the highway. Smaller. Smaller transfer. With no teardrops or swoops or lungs or anything. And then once again into the Farmer Tech trash. Actually has a bit of a pull down there at the back of the upper transfer. I can't point and do this at the same time because, well, I'm messed up. So this one has way more of a teardrop shape on the intake side. Okay, so that's all I got so far. Stay tuned because we're going to weigh pistons and wrist pins from OEM, G466, highway big bore, attafoil big bore. Yes, I realize the big bore kit pistons are going to weigh more, okay? But this is just for informational purposes, all right? We're going to try and turn this thing into a race saw with one hillbilly that does not know what the hell he's doing. And I'll give you the timing for the highway and the attafoil before this is over. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next episode. Guys, now we're going to look at the difference between the highway piston in the G466 big bore kit and the attafoil piston in the G466 big bore kit, which is actually the 046 big bore kit. Here we go. You ready? All right. This is the highway piston. You're going to notice, these windows are bigger. They're a little rough. They need polished. But look at, see how there's more of a boss on the wrist pin? Right, these windows are smaller. Neither one of these is exactly smooth. You can see the casting mark inside here on that boss. You can definitely see it in here. That needs to be cleaned up. I doubt I'll open them up. I'm not going to really grind on any of this. I'm just going to polish it. So I finally gave up, went in the house, and decided to cook chili. And here's what happened. I decided to fit the attafoil kit first. Got it all put together without rings. Got the jug on. Ran the piston down, and it wouldn't go to bottom dead center. Couldn't figure it out. Pulled the head back off and discovered that the piston is running into the case, which is wildly mismatched on the yellow Peril. Yes, the G466, the Chinese clone saw. The piston skirt is hitting the front of the case right above where your impulse line barb is. Yeah, it's running into it right there. So undaunted, I then put rings on it, thinking maybe that'd keep it in alignment, and put it into the jug, right? The piston into the jug. After damn near taking out an eye with a what do you call them? The little retainers on the wrist pin, circlip. Yes, it will never be found. The only thing I'm sure of is it's not in the case, but it could be anywhere on the 6.5 acres I live on. I mean, literally. That thing went whooping and vaporized completely. Never to be seen again. Gone. Anyhow, the next problem I discovered with the attafoil kit, and I will demonstrate it in the next video, is that the bottom of the bore is the smallest part of the bore. So, being curious about why I couldn't get the rings into my piston, the piston with rings into the jug, I stuffed a piston ring in it, shoved it down in there, got my 6,000s. Pretty cool. Maybe should be a bit more. There's a formula for it, but I can't remember it. But when I pull it out to the very base of the cylinder, you can't get a 3,000ths feeler gauge in there. That's right. The cylinder tapers down. I don't know what to do about this because I'm not a porter. If any of you guys want to chime in, that'd be great. So tomorrow, or the next time I start filming, I will show you this, show you where the piston hits the case, show you the fact that the ring is skinnier at the beginning than in the middle of the bore. It's going to be interesting. You guys follow me, like the videos, pay attention. Love ya. Good night. Cooking chili, drinking beer. I'm over the saw for the moment. Peace.